Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today's Wednesday, June 9, 2010. Hope y'all are doing great. First thing I'm going to do is just address some of the comments from yesterday's post, and I appreciate the feedback, positive or negative. Everything is welcome, so I just want to hear what you guys have to say. Money Machine wants to know about the EMAs and or the moving averages, how to put it on the chart. It depends on the charting system, but you just add two separate moving averages for different values. One is usually faster than the other, and then what you do is you make sure you apply it to the actual chart, and that's really all I can say. I mean, I guess it depends on what charting program you're using. They're all kind of the same though. You just apply two separate moving averages, different values, but both applied to the price on the chart, and that should give you two moving averages, and then that way you can look for crossovers. Next comment from Nikim6, and this comment is similar to the next one at Pip Hanger. You guys are asking about the 4-hour chart indicators. Remember, once we determine a trend on the 4-hour chart, really the 4-hour chart is just used to find trend change candles. Once we find a trend change candle, then that trend is set, and we no longer look at the indicators on that 4-hour chart. Once we know our trend, the only thing we're going off of now is the 15-minute chart and the indicators on the 15-minute chart. The 4-hour chart, it doesn't matter what RSI and stochastics are doing. The only time it matters on the 4-hour chart is when we have a potential trend change candle, and that's when there's a crossover. So if there's a crossover to the upside or downside, we look at RSI and stochastics on the 4-hour chart, and if it matches up, then it is a valid trend change candle. And then after that point, we don't look at it anymore except to see if a new trend change candle forms. But other than that, we're strictly trading off the 15-minute chart and only worrying about the indicators on that. So hopefully that clears things up. And ISM45 is just talking about the system. One thing I just want to comment on is that this system particularly has only been tested on the cable. You can try it on different pairs, and I know people have tried it on different pairs and have had some success, but I just want to, for the record, I just want to say that the results that you see on here has only been proven on the cable. So before you jump into any other pairs, I would thoroughly test it out and make sure it works correctly. Again, I can only vouch for the cable because I myself have tried it on different pairs, but it just seems that the results are more consistent on the cable, and that's just my take on it. Other people have found different things. Maybe they've tweaked them a little different and it's worked out better for them, but that's just my take on that. So again, thanks for the comments. Now I'm going to go into the charts. So as always, I have my 15-minute, my 4-hour chart. First thing I'm going to do is open up my 4-hour chart, and I will move it back to before midnight so you can see what it looked like. Again, our most recent trend change candle was on the 3rd of June. Since then, we hadn't had any new trend change candles, so at the start of my day I was only looking for short trades. Now if I move through today's action, you can see that we did have a new trend change candle. There was a crossover to the upside. RSI was above 50, stochastics were trending up. Therefore, this is a valid trend change candle. Now this candle doesn't close until 8 a.m. Eastern time, so until that time we're looking for short trades, but once this candle closes and it's a confirmed trend change candle, now we can start to look for long trades. So it closes at 8, so now at 8 o'clock, moving on forward, I'm only looking for long trades, and you can see that it just continues to move up there. Okay, so to recap, from midnight to 8 a.m. I was looking for short trades. From 8 a.m. on forward, I was looking for long trades. Okay? So now that I've determined my trend, I don't need to look at those indicators anymore, and I can strictly trade off of the 15-minute chart. All right, so I have my 15-minute chart. I've moved it back to before midnight. Before I start trading, I want to take a look at my news events for the day. You can go to babypips.com, click on this Tools tab, and it's going to automatically bring up the news events for the day. Now, just double check it just to make sure, technology can be finicky sometimes. So June 9th, that's today's date. Make sure this time zone drop down bar is set to your correct time zone, because that's really the important thing here, is we want to know when news events are coming out, because we don't want to be in the market when important news events are coming out. And we're only looking for news that affects the UK or the US, so under this currency column, just look for the things that say GBP or USD, and we'll see if those news events are noteworthy. At 4:30 we did have the UK trade balance. That is pretty important, so we're going to mark that down. And then if I move down, you can see that I didn't have anything until 10 a.m., which is Bernanke, and I do like to pay attention to Bernanke, so I did mark that down as a notable news event. But other than that, everything else is past our trading time. But just a keynote that the Fed Beige Book release was at 2 p.m. I know that's out of our trading time period, but if you were in a trade for some reason past noon, that's something you want to just pay attention to, because you'd like to exit there before that 2 p.m. news release. All right, so to recap, 4:30 and 10 a.m. were really the only news events that I was watching out for, so I'm just marking that down on a notepad. You can do the same thing, or set some kind of alert just to let you know when those news events are coming out. But now I'm ready to start my day, and you can see right off the bat, this is the 11:45 candle. It's a crossover, and by all means, as far as the indicators, it looks like a valid entry. But again, this is opening at 11:45, which is before my trading time period. I don't like to take trades until midnight starts. So on this very first candle, this opens at midnight. Now, had this been a signal, then I would have taken it. So again, I like to wait for midnight to actually go, and then I'll start looking for trades. All right, so the very next candle, I do have another crossover to the downside. RSI is below 50, stochastics are trending down, but MACD was already negative from the previous candle, so it's not a valid entry. Had it been a valid entry, then I would have taken it, but it wasn't, so I stayed out of this one and just continue to look for trades. Again, at this point, I'm only looking for short trades, remember, because we had not seen a new trend change candle yet. So I'm continuing to watch the market. Nothing going on here. Now here's the 4:30 candle, which is the news candle. Not too big going on there, but usually or sometimes the movement can happen afterwards. So I'm still watching it, and at this point the market does start to get some momentum on the bullish side, so it does start to move up. Now here is the 7:45 candle. It closes at 8, and on my 4-hour chart, what I would see now is that new trend change candle has confirmed. So at this point, I'm shifting gears, and I know, okay, I'm not looking for short trades anymore. At this point, now I'm only looking for long trades. All right, so you kind of have to shift gears here. But we're seeing such a strong bullish momentum here that, you know, the likelihood of a crossover is not that great until we see a retracement. And we're not seeing that at this point. And there's the 10 a.m. candle here. So again, not much going on. But as I'm doing this, it's only 11:10 in the morning, so our trading session is not even done. The reason I'm doing it early is because I'm about 95% sure that we're not going to get any trades today, because the market's already moving up. We'd have to see a retracement first, and then another move up for us to even get the possibility of an entry, and the likelihood of that happening in the next 50 minutes, it's not that great. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. If I do happen to miss a trade, then that's my loss, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. So as far as today goes, there was no trades, but that's okay. Remember, the market is always going to give you plenty of opportunities to take trades, and you only want to put your money in when you have a very good probability of winning. And in today's case, no trades, so don't sweat it too much. There's going to be plenty of opportunities to come. So that's it for today's update. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I will see you all on the next update. Cowabunga, dudes.